So we'll start in a child's pose, okay? Start in a child's pose. Yeah. So separate your knees, big toes come together. So I am teaching Friday morning if you want to catch me before I head out of town for a few days. Next Tuesday, I will be in Paris. Yes. No, I'm doing Paris the right way. Yes. Last summer was not a good visit to Paris. I was limping around. This will be a much more successful trip, I hope. So activate yourself. Let go. There's a lot to let go of. Yeah. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Let your seat slide back to the tops of the feet a little more, get a little heavier. Feel your hands connect to the mat. Feel your outer triceps begin to firm up. The Ujjayi breath. You just do your best with the breath. No one's so caught up on how much you're breathing, but just see if you can make that connection. Inhale through the nose, through the back of the throat, and exhale through the nose, through the back of the throat. And at any point during this morning's practice, you need to come back here and kind of regroup. No, that's always an option because I don't normally say child's pose during the class, as you most know. Okay, press up into all fours. Let's first come to a tabletop position. Hands are going to go directly underneath the shoulders here. You can have the tops of the feet on the ground or toes curled. Yep, pad behind underneath your knees if you need to. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply and look in. And just begin to feel the breath, the movement, the connection. Inhale, sinking down and looking forward. Exhale, rounding and looking in. Good, try it again. Inhale, sinking. So kind of moving on your own speed. Exhale, rounding. Good, one more. Inhale, sinking. And exhale, rounding. Perfect. Come to a flat back tabletop position. So you'll go ahead and just curl your right toes into the mat. It's like a half plank. Your left knee stays down. I want your arms to really firm up. Activate your back right leg, like fire it up and immediately begin to draw the belly in towards the back of the spine and firm everything right now. Keep your drishti on one spot. So on the inhale breath, you're going to hug your left knee in towards your navel like this. You'll lower that leg back down. Okay, once it hits the floor, you're going to lift your right leg up, lower the right leg back down, and go like that. Hug the left knee in. You got it? Lower it down. Once it hits, then the right leg pulses up. I want you to squeeze the right glute and the quadricep muscles. Lower it back down. Hug it in. Lower it down. Lift it up. Good. Lower it down. Just go like that. Try and move on. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, squeezing in. Exhaling. Good. Keep going. Inhale. Lower it down. Exhale. Lift it up. Two more. Hug it in. Lift it up. One more. Fire it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Now you'll keep the lift of the right leg. Reach the left arm forward. So now it's opposite arm and opposite leg. You got it? Same knee stays down. Yep. Perfect. Holly, turn your right thigh bone down. Perfect. You got it. So now on the sharp exhale breath, you're going to hug in. Hug everything in, and the elbow is going to come across to the knee. There you go. On the exhale breath, you're going to extend out and then hug in. Extend out. There you go. And hug in. Extend out, creating space. And we're all moving a little different because we're different. And hug in. So no stress if you're on a different count. Extend out. Some of us are going to do 3 really slow. Some of us are going to do 33 up here in the front. Hug in. Yep. Again. Extend out. One more. Hug in. On the out, you'll keep it out. Keep it out. Keep it out. Everything extends. Neck is neutral. Perfect. Hand and knee come down to the ground. Pause. So just reset. Keep the right knee down. Curl the left toes into the mat. Fire up your left leg. So don't just go. You're going to fire up the left leg. The toes stay curled into the mat here. So keep the toes down. And then you're going to inhale the breath, hug your right knee in, scoop up the belly, arms are active. So it's like knee towards navel. Then you're going to lower it down to the ground and lift your left leg up. When you lift, I want you to really engage and pulse. Lower it down, hug that leg up, lower it down, and then lift. You got it. Hug it in, lower it down, and then lift. So you're just kind of making movement, motion, activation, body-mind connection. Yeah, so you're moving at your own pace because we're all unique individuals. Keep going. Do 3 more. On the third one, you'll keep the lift of the leg, and then I'll know you're there. And then you'll extend the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So the left leg stays lifted, and now the right arm reaches forward. Perfect. And if this feels a little funky, just pick a drishti, a gaze to focus on to help you with your balance. And then on a sharp exhale breath, you're going to hug in like a little ball, elbow to knee. And then inhale the breath, open it up, create space. And then exhale the breath, hug it in. Again, open it up. Perfect. And then hug it in. Keep going like that. Open it up. Nice and slow. Hug it in. Good. One more big one. And on the out, keep everything out. Hand and knee come down. Walk your feet back. Walk your hands a little wider. Down dog. Down dog. Take up a lot of space this morning. Thumbs, index fingers, baby fingers, everything activated. If you notice your heels are like super far from the ground this morning, that could just be the hamstrings, backside of the body is a little tight. So, feel the need to soften your knees a little bit. That's kind of a nice thing to do throughout the practice. That's going to help you lift your hips up nice and high. Think about the center of your heel and starting to let it melt down. Shoulders move away from your ears. Jody Paul, I like the color of your nails. Is that a college color? Right? I thought maybe you were really going with March Madness. UNC colors. She's walking around in blue and white. Roll forward to plank. No, the toes are not. Your toes are Maryland colors. You're a Terp, right? Yeah, so's my dad. Yeah. Yeah, him and Jane Fonda. Remember, Jane Fonda came there when he was there. Yep. She came to March. Lead with your chest. Lead with your chest, guys. Drishti on one spot. Hear your breath. Feel your breath. You're in a solid plank. Hips go up and back, down dog. Plank position. Lead with your chest and plank. That's going to really help. And then squeeze the center line of your body in. Yeah. Fix your eyes on one little drishti. Drop your knees if you need support. Halfway to a push-up, guys. Halfway to a push-up. Take the push-up on how it suits your practice. Maybe less is more, a little micro movement. Revisit plank. Those were horrible. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Those were terrible. Guys, you have 2 blocks. Place them, just drop down for a sec. Place them at the top of your mat. Place it up high. Yeah. So it looks like this. So you could check your alignment real quick. Fingers go behind the block. So come forward to plank and then lower your shoulders down on the blocks. This is how you want your plank to be. So if you're here and you're like, I cannot hold this, then drop your knees. Re-straighten your arms. Good. Neck neutral. Lower down onto the blocks. Activate. Re-straighten your arms. Plank. 2 more. Halfway down. Drop your knees if it's too much. Your shoulders should drop right onto those blocks. Re-straighten your arms. 1 more. Halfway down. Nice, Pam. Re-straighten your arms. Hips go up and back, down dog. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Long spine, feet can be a little separated. Hands can rest on your shins. Exhale, fold into yourself, let your head go. If you're hanging like a wet noodle, please bend your knees and bring blocks towards you. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Practice with your feet together, a little separated, totally up to you. You pick. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bend knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Take 2 big steps to get to the back of the mat. When you arrive in plank position, halfway to your push-up, envision the blocks, and it kind of gives you an idea. Yes, or keep them there. Drag yourself through an up dog or baby cobra. Listen, if your lower back is very sensitive, maybe take the up dog out. Hips go up and back, down dog. Looks good. So you can take baby cobra. You could omit the whole thing if it's too much pressure. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step, step to the top. Float if you're feeling spunky. Long spine, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Joe to your neck. Killing you. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go from the top. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. You can step, step. If you're going to float, you have to land in a low push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Most of the time, it's how we sleep, by the way. Arms are straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine right here. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So from the top, just keep moving like this. Okay, arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, float. Get there light, whatever you're choosing. The up dog is very, very smooth. You want to press even through the hands, the tops, the feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. It's like getting the cobwebs out this morning, which clearly we have a lot of. Arms are active. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top of the mat. Long spine, fold, root to rise. That was like a dying version of Africa. I don't know what the hell that was. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. I was like, oh God. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. It's all good. Long spine. You could step, float, find your way back. Downward facing dog. Arms are straight. One more. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine, fold, let your head go. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through your version. So maybe it's just stepping to a dog and holding for a few extra beats. That's cool too. Meet me in a downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, 3-legged down dog. So when you lift your right leg, lift it from the inner thigh. Yeah, come forward to plank. Hug your right knee towards your navel. Point your right toes. Arms are active. Look where you look to the top of the mat. Step your right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Feel your right hip grip in. Zip up that back leg. Rise to a high lunge, crescent lunge. Good, guys. If you feel like your lower back has pressure, you want to soften your back knee a little. There you go. So you'll kind of do this together in one motion. You're going to cactus your arms and straighten your right leg at the same time. Yeah, when you straighten your front right leg, you kind of have to hug your hips in. You'll rebend the leg and re-straighten the arms, just like that. You'll cactus and squeeze. Elbows kind of point a little forward, straighten the front leg, and then rebend and extend up, just like that. Cactus, straighten. Extend up a couple more times. Cactus and straighten. Extend up. Let's do one more. Cactus and straighten. And then rebend and pause. Hands come to prayer. You're gonna lean forward just a little bit. We'll take a little air twist to the right. So you're not actually twisting too much, just a small movement. Grip your right hip in. Perfect. Look down and tent your left hand. Bring your left hand to the floor or block, and the right arm peels open into an easy twist. If your right shoulder feels like it has super glue in it, maybe have your right hand on a flat part of your back. I find the block helpful for a lot of us who feel tight and short in the shoulders. You can even be on your fingertips or knuckle your hand. The right hip has a tendency to wing out. Yeah, so grip your right hip in, zip up your back left leg. Right hand comes down to frame the front foot. Keep the right leg really engaged where it is. Just turn your back foot on a sharp angle. Try and do this without your right hip winging out. So you're setting your feet up for first warrior. Grip your right hip in and then rise first warrior. So staying engaged in that front leg is the goal. The back foot's almost on like a 70-degree angle, so your left ribs can spin all the way forward. Yeah. So in warrior one, guys, straighten your right leg on track and reach your left arm forward. So it looks like this. Yes. Rebend into the front thigh and reach the arms up. Use the back leg and that left arm. Straighten the left leg and reach the left arm forward. So the right side of the body is super long. Do it again. Rebend. One more time. Straighten the right leg and reach the left arm forward like we're shaking hands, but keep your arms super active, like Edward Scissorhands here. Rebend and extend the left arm up. First warrior. Bring it to the floor plank position. When you hit the floor, halfway to your push-up, the up dog is smooth. Don't feel jerky in your low back. You want to press the tops of the feet down. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back. When you lift from your inner thigh. Do it slow, be deliberate. Point your left toes, come forward, hug your left knee in, give it a good little scoop and squeeze. Arms are straight up and down. You're looking forward. You're breathing. You're here. You're present. Look forward, step your left foot forward and through. Before you just bounce up into it, get your feet situated. Left foot is forward, back right leg nice and straight and engaged. Then rise to your high lunge. First come up into high lunge and kind of pin it. Maybe soften that back knee if you need to. Yeah. And then you'll kind of move on the breath. So you'll cactus the arms and straighten the left leg. Don't go pin straight. You want to kind of hug in and use the muscles. You'll re-straighten and extend the arms like that. Yep. You'll cactus the arms and squeeze the shoulder blades and straighten the left leg. You'll rebend and straighten. Keep going like that. You'll hug in and straighten. You'll rebend. Yep. Two more. Hug in. So just getting some mobility in the body, which feels nice, and bend. One more time. You'll cactus and straighten. You'll rebend and hold, arms up. Drag the hands to prayer this time. Lean forward just a little bit and air twist towards the mirrored walls. So just taking a slight movement. Point your left elbow stuff towards the sky. Rip your left hip in. Yeah. And then start to look down and peel your right hand to the floor or mat. Left arm peels open into your easy twist. So now you get a little glimpse of yourself in the mirror. So if you notice your right shoulder kind of scooching in, you definitely want to slide a block underneath or come to your fingertips. So you're a little, I think I've told you this before, it's not a bad thing, but you're hypermobile. So just keep a little micro bend. Grip your left hip in. You're peeling your chest open. You're twisting. That looks great, Tracy. Two more. Left hand to the floor, pause. So your left leg has to stay engaged. Your hip is doing a lot of work. Spin your right foot on a sharp angle without your left hip hopping open. Anchor and then rise, warrior one. You got it. So you're going to straighten your left leg and the right arm is going to come forward. Just the right arm. There you go. And then you're going to rebend the left leg and the right arm will rise back up. You'll straighten the left leg and the right arm will come forward like a pair of scissors. And then you'll rebend and the arm comes up. One more time, just feel the movement, straighten and bring that right arm forward. And then rebend, first warrior, take a breath in. Take it to the floor to a plank position. When you hit plank, lower halfway to your push-up. Do it deliberate and slow. Drag yourself through a version of a back bend. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. So no stressful yoga. Just move through it. Have an experience. Long spine, fold. Sit into your first chair. Feet can be together, a little separated. I think this crew needs more coffee. Oof. We need like an IV. Yeah, shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Here we go, my friends. Sit deep. Chair pose. We'll give you John Mayer. How about that? Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through vinyasa. Up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. Don't think, just feel. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise warrior one. Just kind of find it. To the floor we go through your version of the vinyasa, adding or subtracting whatever it is that you need right now to make this stuff work. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Some of us are super quick, some of us are slow. It's okay. To the floor we go, chaturanga. Take your up dog if you're enjoying that. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight, look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Let's build some momentum. Long spine to prepare. Exhale to fold. Sit into chair, weight moves into your heels. Shoot up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms, loop it together. Arms go straight up, heavy in your heels, chair pose. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your version. Yeah, that was good. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns, just moving and grooving now, warrior one. To the floor we go through a push-up. Up dog is smooth sailing, soften the shoulders down the back. Hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Come on up. To the floor we go, chaturanga push-up. Upward facing dog, press even. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight, stay active. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine right here, fold in half. Heavy in your heels for chair. Keep the natural C curve of your spine, guys. Soften the shoulders down your back. And then shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. One more of these bad boys. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels, chair. You sit way back into chair. Then you dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your version. Smooth sailing. When you get to your dog, land your right foot forward, warrior one. Hands come back down when you're ready to go, chaturanga. As soon as you hit your down dog, the left foot lands, the back foot turns. We rise on the breath, warrior one. Hands to the floor, chaturanga push-up. Yep, upward facing pulls you through. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Good, look through your hands, hop your feet all the way through and lay down. Lay down on your back. Yep, legs are straight, left hand behind your head. You know what we're doing. Right arm reaches up and back like you're swimming, okay? The right hand and the left toes, shin are gonna match. Left hand's gonna stay behind your head to keep the head open. You're gonna lower it back down and then pulse it up. You touch anywhere along the course of your leg. And move like that. Now, if you wanna hover the other leg to create intensity, go for it. You could also do the right leg bent. Okay, so I need you to squeeze. On the exhale breath, you squeeze and you tap it up. So try not to move with your neck. You keep your hand behind your head and your gaze up. So your neck is not doing any of that work. Yep. You're elongating, you're pulsing, you're breathing. For 5, for 4, long side body, lower back presses. For 3, good work. For 2, and then 1, we're gonna switch. Hand goes behind the head. Start like that, and you can always adjust as you go. And let's go. Left arm, right leg. You can bend your left leg in half if that creates a little bit more stability. You can float the leg from the ground, so it's like a pair of scissors. You're not crunching your neck. That's good. Elongate and tap. Perfect. And a sharp exhale breath, you come up. You got it. For another 5, no suffering. For 4. For 3. Yeah, these work. For 2. Take one more juicy one. And then hug your knees in, rock and roll against the length of your spine a couple times. Cross your ankles, step or float through a vinyasa. Meet me in a downward facing dog. We needed to do something. Yes, downward facing dog. Meet me in a downward facing dog. You have to read the energy in here. You needed a little like save me. Yeah, a little energy pick me up. Here we go, guys. Let's step the right foot smack in between the hands, turn the back foot on a sharp angle, and cartwheel open warrior 2. Yeah. See, now you're here. You've arrived. A little sweaty, heart beating a little. Lengthen your tailbone, soften your shoulders down your back. I always check in with my feet alignment, even after doing this forever. Right foot intersects back left arch. Collarbone spreads nice and wide. Neck is soft. So if your shoulders and neck feel tight this morning, so just draw some mindful attention there and see if you can let your shoulders drop down your back. A lot of times we just carry our energy really high. Yeah, and it starts to creep up. Wrap your right thigh open. Let's reverse the warrior and flip the palm, reverse the warrior is what I was trying to say. Couldn't get it out fast enough. Come back, rest your right forearm on the top of your right thigh this morning. This is called modified extended side angle. Pay a lot of juicy attention to your right shoulder, please. Make sure it's not winging in and you're not dumping down onto it. The left arm can be straight up or up and forward. So there's a real nice fine line of energy from the outer blade of your left heel all the way through your left fingertips. Let the top arm pull you up. Warrior 2, get heavier in your legs. Warrior 2, sit deeper. Yeah, flip the palm, reverse the warrior, let your side body open, not a back bend. Float your right forearm on the top of your right thigh, modified extended side angle. The goal is to be very light in your right shoulder and right arm. It's almost like it's not doing anything. Your right hip grips in, the right ribs spin forward. Anchor through your feet. Let the top arm pull you back up one more time, warrior 2. Sit deeper. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. 3rd time's the charm. Come back, float the arm on the top of the thigh, or this time slide your hand to the outside of your foot. You can go a little deeper if that's available in your practice. I like the block on the highest setting or medium setting to the outside of the right foot. You want to sit deep into your front right thigh, so there's a very strong 90-degree angle. Wrap the right thigh to the inside of the right arm, and then turn your right ribs towards the ceiling. Top arm straight up and over. A few more breaths. Hold here. This is a variation of extended side angle. Your neck is neutral. Casey, just watch your right shoulder. See if you can relax it down your back like you're in a side plank. So you're going to look down, slide your left hand to your hip, and step up, Ardha. Yep, you're halfway there. Might as well go with it. Step up, Ardha. Left hand on hip, and then flex your left toes so your leg is hip height, and then grow your left arm towards the sky. Some days our balance is spot on. Other days, it's, it's a conversation. You have to grip your right foot firm into the mat, hug your right hip in. Add in whatever it is that is calling your name this morning. Maybe it's being basic. There's nothing wrong with being basic. Or adding in some little movements like a little bind, a little balance. Keep turning your bottom ribs and breathe. Apu, honey, take your foot behind you towards the feel good, do good, if you can. I don't know if the range of motion is there this morning, but that's the direction we're going in. Couple more breaths, my friends. Regular Ardha, if you added any embellishments. And then a light step back to warrior 2. See if you can do it. Warrior 2, reset your feet. Warrior 2, reset your feet. Wrap your left arm underneath your right arm in warrior 2. Yep. And steer the right ribs forward and the left ribs back. Now sit deeper, wrap your right thigh kind of open and hold here 5 breaths. Rather than yanking down on your elbows, this is going to give you a little stretch, Jody, through that upper shoulder blade. It's funny, I've been having tightness there too. Yeah. 2 more. Unravel your arms, let the kind of blood flow to the fingertips, and then circle to the floor to a plank position. Lean on your left hand. Let's hit Vashisthasana side plank. Geez, what's up with the volume? Side plank. Your favorite version of side plank that you know you can hold and maintain. So for some of us, that's forearm plank. For some of us, that's staggering the feet, dropping the bottom knee, adding in things. Yep. Plank position slow. You're going to go right to the other side. Yeah. Scoot your right hand just a nudge forward and then roll. Yeah, nice. Stagger your feet, Tracy. It looks good. Alignment looks solid, everybody. Yeah, see what happens. Can you take your top foot on top of it or in front? Yes. Now take that top foot like a warrior 2. Like turn it a little towards the mirror. Warrior 2. I'm a visual learner. Yeah. And that kind of gets you, hooks you. 3 more breaths. You're rocking it, guys. Plank position, slow, slow. I've never seen a bunch of people run out of that. Chaturanga. Up dog, because you can. Hips go up and back, down dog. Don't lose your mojo. Step your left foot forward. Warrior 2, circle it up. Warrior 2, get your feet set. Take a few breaths to kind of find it. Your left foot is forward. Your back right toe is a little on an angle. Your left knee rolling open. Yeah. Your stance is big enough, long enough, wide enough that you can really sit down into the pose. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let the side body open first. And then float the left forearm to the top of the left thigh. It's almost like the arm isn't there. Like if you were to lift the arm from the leg, you'd be able to maintain the shape of the pose. That's kind of the test. You're gripping your left hip in. You got it. Your left ribs are spinning. Your right arm is straight up or up and forward. I don't care. We'll just pick one. Warrior 2, you come up. When you come up, it's an opportunity to go a little deeper. Flip the palm, reverse, opportunity to open up a little further. And then you float back, extended side angle, modified again. Roll your left thigh open. There you go. Warrior 2, pull it up, sit deeper, lengthen, flip the palm, reverse. Modified extended side angle, 3rd time's the charm, or hand to the outside of the foot. So sometimes when we do things a few times, it gives ourselves an opportunity to kind of explore. Yep. Roll the outside of the left leg to the inside of the left arm. So you're getting this external rotation the entire time. Right leg, right arm, nice and strong and straight. So turn your bottom ribs. Yeah. And roll your left thigh open. So there's getting this power through that right side. Couple more breaths. You got it. So when we hold the poses, sometimes it gets a little hairy, a little fuzzy in the body, the mind, the breath. Look down and see if you can just step up. Make it a clean break, Arda. Yeah, if the block is high, it's pretty good to go. Just move it forward about 6-10 inches, enough that your side ribs stay long. Your left foot, your left hip, grip in solid and strong, and then you grow open. Add in whatever you did on the other side. Be consistent. Consistency is the key with this jazzy stuff. Soften behind the standing left knee so you don't go into hyperextension. Turn your left ribs towards the windows. Regular Arda. Giant step back, warrior 2. You got it. Warrior 2. Nice big stance, warrior 2. Revisit the stance. Left knee track, left thigh open. And then wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. So eagle the arm and then sit deeper without yanking the elbows. Lift the elbows to give your shoulders a nice little stretch. Good. Unravel your arms, warrior two. Keep your arms powerful. Straighten your left leg on track. Pivot your left toes towards the wall, the windows. And then from your right hip, turn your right toes out towards the back skinny edge of the mat. Arms are nice and open. Yep. So you're setting up for triangle. You're just changing the position of your feet. Your right foot is towards me. Your left toe is on a little angle. And then reach out and find your version of Trikonasana. If you're dying for the block, obviously just kind of kick it with you. Yeah, most of us can find a triangle somewhere along the course of that right leg without the block. But if you need it, it goes to the outside. Pull up anywhere across the front of that right shin. Lean back a little bit. Crown of the head lines up with that front foot. And nothing fancy about this pose, just breathe. There's a little lean back. Zip up the inner and outer thighs. Soften behind that standing right leg. Anchor strong through your feet and through your legs and use the power of your left arm to pull you up on a sharp exhale breath. Keep the arms open if you can. Pivot your right toes in. From your left hip, turn your left toes out. Keep your arms active if you can. Reach out, find your triangle, now facing front of the house. Anywhere across the front of the left shin or utilize the block. Yeah. So it's a nice, open, bold, powerful pose. Yep. Anywhere you're resting your hand, anywhere on that front of that left leg. Even if it's really high up this morning because your back feels tight, that's okay. The trick with yoga is learning to modify for each day that you come to your mat. The modifications are going to shift, always. Lean back a little bit. Get the crown of the head to line up with that front foot. You got a few more breaths. Aren't you having fun? I mean, you're doing yoga. You're not like working or doing anything, really crazy. Look to the floor. Circle it down through vinyasa. The up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. So another little standing sequence. It's every pose I know. So get ready. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Just go with it. Warrior one. Warrior one. Have fun. Jody, am I driving you home? It's called We're Getting Old. Age, AGE, but it's all good. You're here. Drop your arms alongside your body. Anywhere you want your arms this morning, you're going to pivot your torso forward and find warrior three. So if your balance isn't there, maybe use blocks, warrior three. Arms can be alongside your body. They can be forward. That's going to be the most challenging. Hands to prayer is kind of a nice way to take it too. So if your balance feels shoddy, hands to blocks. Who cares? Really work on the alignment. Nice. Get out of your right hip a little more and steer the left thigh bone down. Soften behind that standing right knee. Hands to prayer if they're not already. Left hand to the block, right hand to the flat part of your back. Pause. When the right hand meets the flat part of your back, lift from your inner left thigh and spin your heel towards the sky. Yep. Your heel lifts up. So lift from your heel, lift from your heel, lift from your heel. There you go. Look towards me and then stack it open. Maybe the hand stays on the flat part of the back. Maybe you can peel your right arm open towards the sky. Totally dependent on the day, the mood, the energy, which way the sun is coming up. So engage though. Lift and engage. You got it. You're in revolved Ardha. Right hand to the floor. Step the feet together at the top of the mat. Deliberate long spine. Fold into yourself. Let it go. Let the head go. Sit into chair pose. Weight moves into your heels. Stick your butt way back. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Inhale your breath. You're going to hook and twist towards the right. We're going this direction. If the elbow doesn't quite get there this morning, that's fine. You can make a little bit more of an air twist. But what's important is that our hips, our knees, our shins, and our feet are creating somewhat of a box. They're lined up. The spine stays long. Rather than looking back, look sideways, look up. That's super helpful. Keeping our spine nice and long, which is what we're going for. If you're not breathing, it gets to be a gnarly pose. So tap into the breath. Open up your arms if you want more, or be content with this shape. It's just a feeling. Chair pose, pull it around, stay grounded. You got this. Wrap your right thigh around your left thigh. Wrap your right arm under. Eagle it up. Eagle it up. Standing on your left leg. You're strong in that left heel. So bend your left leg, Steph. Bend it, bend it, bend it. Yeah, if the foot doesn't get around the calf, I mean, that was yesterday's business. So don't worry about it. Soften the shoulders a little as you lift the elbows. Nice pan. Unravel just your arms and then glide into warrior one on the left side. Warrior one, left side, warrior one, welcome. Pause, warrior one. So whatever happened on the right, forget about it. New opportunity. Anywhere you want your arms, tip forward, warrior three. Maybe use those blocks again, warrior three. So a lot of times what happens in the warrior three is all your weight wants to go left. It's not half moon, right? You have to kind of neutralize your pelvis. To take your right thigh bone and turn it down, yeah. And lift your heart just a tad higher than everything else. Looks good. Then bring your hands to prayer at heart. Pause. The right hand's going to come to the block. The left hand's going to come to the flat part of the back. This is revolved Ardha Chandrasana. For some reason, this really isn't in the cards today. Twisting triangles, the alternative. The left hand stays on the flat part of the back. Now, lift from your heel, your hamstring, your hip of your back right leg. Look sideways rather than looking back. And then if you're able to, the left arm will peel open. Just depends on the day. That's it. Spine is long. Your breath is with you as you twist the scissoring of those inner thighs, outer hips together. It's a powerful pose. 3 more. Left hand to the floor, pause, step your feet together. Long spine, keep it deliberate, weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself, let it go. Heavy in your heels for chair, you sit deep. Drag the hands to prayer at heart, inhale that breath. Hook and twist towards the left. So if you're not hooking, you're just kind of air twisting to really work on the alignment and the structure of the pose, that's fine. Watch that your right knee isn't sliding past your left. Weight stays in your heels. Crown of the head is moving forward. If you're opening your arms, that's great, but you got to keep alignment with everything else. And then where is the breath? One more breath, one more energy. Stay with it. You're doing great. Chair, pull around, look forward, stay grounded. You got this. Wrap your left thigh around your right thigh. Wrap your left arm around underneath your right arm. So eagle it up. You're standing on your right leg now if you got confused. Steer your hips back. Yeah, so I can't get my foot these days around my calf, which is fine. So I kind of just use my big toe to create the shape, and the pose is the same. Lift the elbows up and squeeze down the center line. Keep your neck neutral. Unravel the arms. Listen carefully. Unravel the left leg, step to crescent lunge. Nice, big, juicy stance. If you need to reevaluate the positioning of your feet, just take your hands down and reset it up. It's totally fine. Arms go straight up. Sit deep into the front right thigh. Wow, this crew needs coffee. Drag the hands to prayer, or maybe a B complex or something. Inhale, lengthen, lean forward, hook the elbow and twist. It's all good. Nah. It's just a little humidity. And you know what's going to do? It's going to get you into those muscles. There's plenty of air. Yeah. You're doing great. You know, I'm just joking. Look sideways, look up. Yes, if you get here and you're like, my back leg doesn't feel good, drop your knee. Exactly. So some days you start with it up and then you're like, okay, I'm going to drop it. Jody, Jody up here and lean your head back towards Steph. There you go. Hands to the floor, plank. Halfway to a push-up. Drag yourself to an up dog. You got it. Hips go up and back, down dog. Just step your left foot forward, crescent lunge. It's good news. Rise. Hands drag to prayer. Lean way out first, then hook the elbow and twist. And if you get here and you're like, I really just don't feel that supported by my body, by my muscles, drop your back knee. Sometimes it's cool to start for a few breaths in the real, in the full pose and then drop out of it a little. Lean back a little bit to get the crown of the head to line up. Modified poses are there for you for a reason. Every day we come here, we have different energy levels. And that's the beautiful thing. So breathe a little more, grip your left hip in, activate your right hip glute, and twist. 2 more. Hands to frame your front foot, plank. So here in plank, just do this slow. Drop your right forearm down, drop your left forearm down. Yeah. Lengthen your tailbone. Neck is neutral. Okay, so do it slow. Right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor. So this time you're going to go left forearm down first. I always like to switch. And then right forearm down first. Pause in the forearm plank. Look forward with your eyes. And then left hand down. And then right hand down. Hips go up and back, down dog. Slide your right knee forward and let's hit a half pigeon. If you came to the mat every single time and had exactly the same experience, you would never come back. So this is just how it is. Some days you come in, you're full of energy. Other days you come in, you're dragging your legs behind. But regardless, you're here and you get something new and something different every time that you come onto your mat. If this does not feel good in a body part, please let me know. We can go into a different version of it. Yeah. Just by tapping into your breath, quieting your mind, you're putting your central nervous system into a much better position than it was when we started. Five more breaths. To get out of the pose, we're going to get out like kind of how we started the class. So activate your arms, press firm, curl your left toes into the mat, hug your right knee towards your navel. Yeah. Step it back to plank. Lower halfway down. Drag yourself through a smooth back bend of choice. Hips go up and back, down dog. Now, without even thinking, just glide your left knee forward, half pigeon, and land there. And this side could feel different, so just be mindful. Yeah, Apu, in this side, you got to lay down. Totally fine. Yeah, whatever you're feeling, you're feeling. Five more breaths. The same deal. Activate your arms, press firm into your hands. Curl your right toes into the mat and then hug your left knee in. Slide back to plank, halfway to a push-up. Good job. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Hop your feet through your hands and lay down. Lay on your back. Bend your knees in half. So when you take bridge pose, you could take it more supported, okay? You could take blocks underneath your feet. You could take blocks underneath your low back. You may feel all jazzed up at this point and ready to go up into a full wheel. So totally your call. So the setup is the same regardless of which of those options you're deciding to go for. If you are going to go to a full wheel right now, you'll flip your palms. If that's not for you, you'll just lift your hips up and slide up into a bridge pose. You can clasp your hands underneath your low back. Yes. So it's like a cupping of the shoulder blades. Your neck stays down, your head stays flat on the ground. Yeah. So some of you may be just choosing to elevate the legs into more of a supported shoulder stand. It's still creating a back bend with the upper shoulder blades. Exhale the breath, come down unless you're on a block. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Let's do it again. If you're repeating exactly as that, repeat. If you're ready to go for a full wheel, you'll flip your palms, you'll bring your chin to your chest. We try to avoid coming to the crown of the head. It's too much pressure. So keep the chin tucked. On the exhale breath, lift up. There's power in that exhale breath to go. When you lift all the way up, steer your feet forward, integrate your thigh bones forward. Yes, and lengthen from the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Holly, that looks great. Yeah. Sides of the arms squeeze in as you lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, tuck the chin, and then slowly lower down. Really nice work. Hit the ground. Let that settle for a beat. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a giant squeeze. Slide your hands to the outside of your feet for happy baby. Pull the knees down around the rib cage. Can you hook your big toes this morning and straighten your legs a little? Yeah, hook the big toes and see if you can straighten your legs, even if it's just like not a super wide V. Yeah, lengthen the low back, feel the sides of the legs, the inner thighs getting a nice stretch. Upper shoulder blades kind of melt towards the ground. And then keep the legs in a V and just reach your arms forward into a prayer. Yep, arms go forward in between the V'd legs. Arms go forward, yep, in a little prayer. And you're going to pulse up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, lower back presses, 3, 2, 1. Legs together, arms reach towards the sky. I want you to feel like you're lifting everything up off the ground. So just kind of lift towards fingertips towards the sky and hold. Yes, lower back spreads, but the like hips lift, the shoulder blades lift, the feet stay elevated over your hips for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees in. Drop the knees over to the right. You can wrap the leg around if that feels better for you. Just take it stacked. Yep. We got it done. Roll up to center and drop your knees over to the left, upper body a little to the right. and twist it open. Roll up to center, hug your knees in, nice even squeeze. And the best part of the class that I know, Shavasana, you made it. So at the end here, just finding complete relaxation. Complete relaxation. Even if that's hard for you. Close your eyes. Exhale all the breath out and just go. Take a big breath in. Exhale everything out. Reach the arms up over the top of the head. If you prefer to stay in a laying down position, that's fine too. Hug the knees in towards the chest, give them a big squeeze. And rock up only if you're ready. Sit up nice and tall. So you finish your practice how it feels best in your body for today. If you're sitting up, just soften the shoulders down the back. Keep your eyes closed. The magic of this practice. So when it loops you back around and at the end where you get this moment to really feel the power of the practice and the power of being grounded. Don't ever take that for granted. Bow the head. With gratitude, lift the eyes open, lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Go out there, have an awesome afternoon. It did get a little steamy in here, mild humidity. Hydrate yourselves. I will see you Friday for those that are coming. If not, see you soon. Oh, thanks. Good to see you.